guys.
Hey, man.
The band started in the place where I lived before I live now. Wow. The place I lived before where I live now was an apartment. And I lived with a roommate, and we're both musicians. We got the idea to do this like rotating jam night or jam sesh thing in our basement because we had a cool practice spot. We got some cool sessions going. And then, at some point, the same people just kind of started coming back. And then that kind of turned into, let's work on actual songs. So let's try actually writing something instead of just let's riff for half hours at a time and go, oh, after that was cool. You know what I mean?
So No Lemon was founded or incepted back a couple years ago, I believe in the summertime, fall-ish. And I actually got a Instagram direct message from Drew Steinberg. And so I actually knew Drew because I used to see his old band, Jetty, when I was a UVM student, because he's a few years older than me. And that was really fun. And so I responded to his call, and I came down and I met him, and we jammed together and started just fooling around for a couple months, and then eventually No Lemon came to be.
Myles and I had initially done social media posts and things like that for networking, for finding musicians. So this time we were like, let's actually go on campus and put flyers up and get an actual student. And that's how we got Sam.
So I went, I auditioned, I kind of just jammed with them for a little bit on a song, a pretty popular song. And then went home and they texted me, you should come back. It was between me and someone else, I guess, and I'm here now.
And so we did that same thing for Alex.
How would you describe No Lemon as the band to somebody who's never heard it before?
Well, it's a good time.
That our music?
Yeah.
Loud.
My name is Sam Gamgee and I'm straight control, Burlington.
I think it's easier to say what elements are there instead of what are we or what is our genre. I think we have a lot of elements of rock and roll. Definitely jazz musicians on the side or play jazz music, so we have some of that influence as well that kind of seeps in a little bit. So all things rock and funk for sure, and maybe some hints of reggae now and then, that kind of stuff.
I would say it's a rock band, but we like to funk it up, and then some of our songs are a little bit softer, more songwritery. But ultimately, it's a rock band.
It's not, I'm not gonna say it's derivative of The Dead or Fish, because No Lemon is No Lemon, but there's definitely it's got that funky guitar, the wah-ee guitar, and so I think that combined with my style of drumming and Alex's jazz bass creates a pretty unique sound that I haven't really heard anywhere else.
Who would you say is the most iconic band member?
Well, that's a difficult question. I mean, I'm usually so quiet that I wouldn't say it's me, but I would say it's equally all of three of the other people.
I think within the band, it's gotta be Alex. We have a nickname for him, agk.hall. It's his Instagram, and that's just what his name is now to us. And he's just I've never met anyone like him. And like Drew said, he's a quiet observer who every once in a while will just hit you with something either insanely smart that you just wouldn't have ever thought of, or super funny, or random and makes you question how he's been alive this long.
The most iconic band member? Well, it's got to be Drew, I think, because the amount of work that he puts in, I think is really evident in all the work that he does for booking and managing. No Lemon came to be because of Drew's house. And so it's hard to think of No Lemon without Drew.
It was the most iconic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go around and say why everyone at one moment is iconic or is iconic, because I think it also hops around a lot. So I think Sam's our overall face. I think Alex is iconic because he just is like, just quietly so funny. And I kind of see him as all-knowing. And then Myles is because he's kind of like our face of the band, like for live shows. Like he does all like the crowd management and like talks to them and definitely does that the best.
We left Lemons a long time ago. We left them behind. Really nothing against them, but we just left them.
And then Sma is iconic because people are always asking me, is he in your band or not? And I say I think so.
All right, welcoming back up on the stage, Sam Jelby, also played in the Most Wanted.
I sort of cheated getting into No Lemon. I had the easy route. I'm roommates with Sam, the drummer, and I knew he'd been playing for a while, and I wasn't in any bands last year when he had just joined, and I was kind of, I don't know, I was a little jealous, felt a little left out, and I wanted to play, and he knew that I play sax, and I'd met the No Lemon guys once or twice, and we'd sort of like, you know, chopped it up, and I was like, hey man, if you want sax, like, I'll play. There was a while there where it was sort of like, it was like an early, almost like a relationship where it's like, what are we? We never had the talk, it just sort of slid into the next phase, which is honestly the best way those things can go, so yeah.
Do you have a favorite song to play in the band?
A favorite song. Inside My Head was the first ever, you know, song by the band. You know, it's like the oldest, but also has that kind of specialness to it. And I just like it, you know, it's not one of our songs that is done the same every single time.
It's a tough question, but I would say, I guess my current favorite song to play with No Lemon is the song Never Turn Back, because I wrote it recently and am really proud of it, and I think it's really cool how it came to be in the context of the band. Like it's fun to have this idea and then bring it to the band and then have it like come alive with the band, because it's never exactly how you imagine it will be, but it's always special.
I really like Wasting My Time. It's pretty simple, but has one of the best like emotional sort of curves to it.
I'd say my favorite song to play selfishly is Wasting My Time, because it's a really fun drum song. Or Valerie. We cover Valerie by Amy Winehouse. That one gets them singing along sometimes, and that's always fun.
I wish No Lemon had a catchphrase that I could like look into the camera and say like, squeeze them dry or something, but like, we don't have a catchphrase like that. Yeah, that'd be cool. We'll come up with one. I'll overdub something. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
That's my time. Thank you. This interview's over.
And cut.
Thank you very much, everyone.